Look at that. There they all are together on the set. Barbara Walters officially says goodbye on The View tomorrow after 17 years. Well, today she welcomed back every former co-host from that show. It's all part of Barbara Walters' farewell, her final farewell. It happens tomorrow on daytime TV.
That had to be a loud room today with all those ladies in one spot.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, all week our Ann Nyberg has been sharing parts of her exclusive interview that she conducted with Barbara Walters recently. And Ann, just one more day now until she signs off from The View, right?
Yes, indeed. And here we go. And let's face it, even when you know it's time to go, facing that final day, that goodbye has got to be difficult. And I'm sure it was today for Barbara Walters or tomorrow. But she makes it clear she believes there will be opportunities for her to still weigh in on television here and there because she is such a huge source of knowledge on so many people around the world. Here's a look back at some of her biggest moments as she made television history and changed the role of women on the tube.
Coming up live on The View.
Well, this is it. The iconic Barbara Walters is hanging up her reporter's pad and note cards after a career that has spanned more than 50 years. She ends with a show she created 17 years ago, The View.
I've always wanted to do a show with women of different generations, backgrounds, and views. This is that show.
Through the years the co-hosts came and went, she was the mainstay. Walters is a workaholic, a perfectionist. In the early 1950s, she was a writer for the morning show which aired on CBS, made her way to the Today Show on NBC in 1962, and was the first woman in 1976 to anchor the evening news with a man, Harry Reasoner. That was not a success. Walters would come to be known for her one-on-one conversations.
What is the key to being a good interviewer?
You have to listen. It's not writing your questions and then no matter what the person says, you say, tell me about today. I had a terrible day, my dog died. Oh, what's the best thing that happened to you today? I mean, you can't do that. You have to listen to what the person is saying to you, and not everybody does.
One of her favorite interviews came in the late 1980s with four-time Oscar winner Connecticut's Katharine Hepburn. It would be written after that Walters asked her what kind of tree she would be, but that was Hepburn's doing.
I'm a very strong, become a sort of, thing.
What?
I don't know what, sort
You
of
once said
tree
the flat
or
eye of
something.
the
Yes,
earth, and
well, I mean, it's a sort of, no, and that's something the people have created.
What kind of a tree are you? If you think you're a tree now.
I hope I'm not an elm with Dutch elm disease. I don't know, because then I'm withering. Oh, everybody would like to be an oak tree. That's very strong and very pretty.
For years, the warm-up act to the Academy Awards would be the Barbara Walters special with the biggest stars. It opened with her on a giant flight of stairs. You thought she was fearless? Not so much.
I'm sorry, I stepped on my skirt. Let's start it again. I am terrified of heights. Her name, Audrey Hepburn. Listen, you gotta let me hold on when this thing starts. I remember doing a stand-up on an escalator going down. And somebody had to stand in the escalator, because I was so afraid I might fall.
Walters' interviews cut to the chase.
You know what people write about you, say about you. This is the beautiful, glamorous actress. This is a man who was a high school dropout. What did you have in common? Do you believe in total fidelity?
Do I believe in what?
You've been married 10 years?
In September, it'll be 10 years. And we'll be married forever.
How do you know?
I know
You
that.
don't know, but
I do know that.
We want to be.
When you see how Americans today distrust their leaders, don't you feel responsible? Does it bother you today when people say Ronald Reagan is the president of the rich? How important is it for the president to be a role model? Was it worth it if there were no weapons of mass destruction? Why are you so unpopular? I'm going to ask you a terrible question. Did you ever order anyone killed?
Нет.
I found Walters to be gracious and appreciative of her very long career, and that she wanted to be shot on camera from her left side, saying it was her best angle.
When I think about it, I think, did this all happen to me? Wasn't I lucky? And I realize it. I realize how lucky I have been. And I think you have to know when to go. I have had a wonderful career. There will be opportunities perhaps in the future for me to weigh in on this or weigh in on that, but I know it's time to go.
How do you know? How do you know?
You just do. I mean, you should. I mean, I've seen people who don't, haven't you?
Yes.
You know, and you feel sad for them. And I want to leave while people are still enjoying me and while I still have time.
So the first thing she's going to do is not get up at 6:30 in the morning. She says she's going to sleep in. The 84-year-old Walters is going out on her terms, and there aren't many who can say that in their careers.
She's amazing. She's interviewed every single president, every single first lady in her time on television. I still can't believe she's going to disappear.
Well, and she makes it very clear, I am not going to disappear. And if she can still get a get from, you know, here and then, whenever she can find that person, she's going to do it. And she will reappear.
I know she will. Prime time, she'll come back with a big interview. You know it'll happen.
We know it will. Barbara Walters.